piss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Tell me, boy.
I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, bitch, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, bitch, I'm paranoid.
Testicles, 1, 2, testicles. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. This is the humble host, Trebles Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best show with the best content for the best listeners. I want to thank you so much for tuning back in. I want to thank God for allowing me to be here today. And I also want to thank every single one of you guys for allowing us to enter your space. This podcast challenges reality one episode at a time every single freaking week. One episode at a time. You can find Paranoid Radio Podcast now on all podcast platforms absolutely free. And you can also check us out on Instagram at Paranoid Radio, Massive shout outs to Flashy_News1. And this episode is brought to you by Los Cuñados Bullies. We have an amazing episode lined up for you guys with Peruvian visitors. We touch base on a lot of cryptids, aliens, and the aliens attacking a certain village in Peru, amongst other amazing stories from the Nazi World War II, and also a lot of information lost in the archives of our bank of knowledge. So make sure you stay tuned to Paranoid Radio Podcast and enjoy this amazing episode. Peace out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning back into Paranoid Radio Podcast. And guess what? This is Big Tank in the fucking house. Here with me, dropping fucking bombs of knowledge. He never fucking left. He never fucking wept. He's, you know what I meant. I can't even fucking rap right.
Well, you can't even fucking, you're not even talking right, fool. Take a breather, relax, fucking unwind, fool.
Unwind?
You gonna take over?
Oh, you gonna take over now, Big Daddy?
Oh,
Big
can't step up to the plate. He's missing.
Oh, shit. Well, you know what's not missing? The following stories we're going to bring to you guys. We don't have one stories. We don't have two. We have 4 fucking stories to drop bombs on. And as a matter of fact, the real fucking powerful point that I really want to bring in is because this is a whole episode on what is happening. We used to call these episodes fuckeries. We used to call them fuckeries. And now Big Tech is taking over for the entire fucking episode, making what is happening an entire fucking episode as planned and as scheduled. Now, please allow me to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Striking while iron is hot. Ladies and gentlemen, haunting from an interstellar and intergalactic source in the backyards of our ancestors now come to fucking reappear in the front lawns of our Latin neighbors. Today we discuss the real tragedies of entities from another planet, but also the mysteries of lost technologies from the deepest corners of our moldy planet. Dive deep into a dissecting experience with your favorite hosts as we splice genes with alien fugitives and probe every inch of your large intestines with zombie-protected legalities and third-dimensional goblins. That is right. Welcome to Peruvian Visitors with Big Tank in the motherfucking house.
Sheesh. So this one was actually brought up by one of our fucking listeners. They reached out to us and they told us to do this. So fan service at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, high key. Fucking massive shout outs to Michelle. She's an old school friend of ours and also a day one listener, day one supporter. Keeping it real with the guys from El Monte, California. We are here today giving you the fan service of the fucking year. And on top of not only giving you fan service, we're also going to bring in more information that you can't find on your regular YouTube channels. Big Tank, can I please open up a can of whoop ass? Big Daddy, here we go. It all started like opening your butt cheeks. I mean, sorry. That's not what I'm trying to say, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to edit that out, bro. Okay? You don't have to. I'm sorry, probers. It all started early 2023, July 2023. Peruvian villagers claim that the attacks began with pets going missing. Many of the pets were found with their faces completely peeled and exposed eye sockets. Nails and teeth were pulled out, and they also had missing spinal discs. Not spinal cords, spinal discs. Like somebody dissected little spine discs out of their whole spinal cord. Like something completely out of a Predator horror film. Now, the locals call it rompecaras, a.k.a. in English, the face peeler. The animal this creature literally jumps from tree to tree like a hyperbolic monkey and allegedly took a little girl. Now, this is what the surrounding No, this is the surrounding. Check this out. The surrounding fucking local story. It took a little girl, and the locals actually shot at it and were able to get the girl back. However, the girl wasn't only in shock, but the little girl has also cuts and punctures around her fucking neck. And she described the experience as being pulled by the animal, making ticking sounds while he was trying to pull back her skin from the neck up. Now, this is a wild fucking story and a wild fucking claim. I got more information on the Peruvian attackers. Big Tank. What do you think?
Bro, it's fucking wild. Okay. So it all started because pets were going missing. Yeah, I mean that's how the origin went.
Like the chupacabras, right?
Yeah. To a sense, like Word. Exactly like the chupacabra. They were being found, like you said, deboned, fleshed out, and it was just like fucking. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And then finally, after a couple weeks leading up to a month, is when the attacks started getting a lot more scarier, a lot more adamant. What the fuck is going on? Shit's happening all throughout. And
they were terrorized, completely fucking terrorized, dog.
They couldn't go outside. They fucking really couldn't. It's what's the name of the city? Lima. Was it Lima?
It's out in the outskirts of Lima, Peru. Down I think it was the eastern southern part of the Peruvian forest. Now, mind you, if you guys don't know this, Colombia and Peru are 60% forests, and 60% of those forests are uninhabitable and how do you say this? There's pockets where they have never been explored. Now, exactly what you said, I have something for you to amplify that. Days later, after they found the girl, they were able to extract a dead man from the ocean, from the coast, that had gone missing the same night as the incident of the girl. Now, the man is wild. Check this out. The neck and the spine and the skull were completely peeled back like a fucking banana pudding split, bro. Like his entire top part of the body was peeled back, and all you saw was the skull with empty sockets, no tongue. I'm talking about completely yanked off from his fucking face. Well, I don't know any fish that could do that shit. To a man.
Okay. Putting that aside, you have to remember our spine controls just about everything. It controls our movement. Whether your arms go up, down, whether your legs go side to side, everything
up, down, left, right, then you win.
So it would be probably one of the easiest way to decapitate somebody or stop them from moving. You get me?
Yeah.
I mean, make them lose their full focus on it. So it's not a bad idea in a sense. Fucking break their spine or target their spine, and that's it. They can't do anything about it.
It makes fucking sense.
And that's if you're talking about intelligent life, obviously, which we sort of are dealing with it at this point, where you do see that type of thing. But do you find it weird that it's all moving into the whole prophecy of 923?
You know what? Yeah, it kind of pushes to like the end of the world type of thing. And you know what? It also happened a couple weeks after the United States of America had their outing, their Congress hearing of UFOs actually being real. And right before the Mexican government showed the alien cake, I call it cake, it looked like cake, the alien little fucking body in its Congress a couple of days ago. And you know what's funny? Yeah. I mean, look, you could call it what you want, but that looked like cake to me, dog.
Well, yeah, the one that you saw, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, we've already gone through two hoax, which would be to the 2000. You get me?
Okay.
And then we've gone through the whole 2012 dilemma. 2012 dilemma. I'm not saying it's not impossible. There was an architectural find where they found another set of Mayan remains where I mean Mayan how do you call it, artifacts that stated that it was gonna end this year. It's kind of hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I mean once you live through two. What, third time the charm?
Third time's the fucking charm?
I mean, and then you have people quoting biblical references where everything that we've ever thought that's evil because of a fear, because it looks different. I mean, which is something that we do. Anything that's not, anything that's not like us, even us, we hate ourselves. We will fight literally somebody else for just having the wrong fucking face.
Quite frankly, we've even mentioned how the only reason the Egyptians and all these ancient civilizations used to draw carriages with flames coming out of the and horses pulling the carriages through the middle of the sky, kind of like the fucking Santa Claus sled, was because they couldn't depict what UFOs were at the time. like airplanes shooting fire blasts from the back. Like they couldn't depict it, so they drew it as to the most vivid imagination. They drew it how they perceived it because that's all they knew. They didn't know anything about airplanes. But what we do know now, it's a huge fucking fact bomb drop here. The police and the Navy servicemen from the Peruvian military and law upholders have completely taken full initiative to close down all incoming roads and passages, full containment on waterways, fishermen vessels, and embarked on a zero media tolerance in and out of the region of the country. It is also said that the Peruvian government is keeping the villagers and closed all flights from the region and departments, because they don't have states, they have departments, to contain the story and infections from outbreaking. They even closed out airports, back roads, river canals, and transport to the entire region of southern Peru. Some of these other stories depict aliens looking like the Spider-Man Green Goblin on jetpacks, and some like lizard-type creature with the lizard man characteristics. Now, this is crazy. These are crazy claims out here. This is almost sounds
that's exactly what it is. It's claims. You get me? Okay. Yeah. Realistically, if something like that was going on, it's not impossible. But at this point, it's like, what the fuck? Like, how much can you actually believe from it? You get me? Or is it this whole telephone thing going on where everybody's adding a little extra? Adding a little bit more extra, adding a little bit more extra.
Oh, the mouth-to-mouth issue where you tell a story, somebody emphasizes it, and they don't only perceive it their own way, but they also add on to the story. Oh yeah, and he had red glowing eyes, and now they have fucking.
All right. I don't want to say it is that, because there are a lot of stories that are backing this up. You get me? Well, at least the main story about it being terrorized. You get me?
Yeah.
That story is definitely out there. There's been a lot of claims by it. But all these other little subsection ones are like, what the fuck is happening? Is it true? Is it not true? Yes,
no? Who can take, not to talk shit here, I love my Peruvian people, but who can take the Peruvian government's military serious? Have you seen the most recent Peruvian fucking military drills? And not drills, they're fucking parades with like a fucking a piñata looking like helicopter. Like, what are you fucking doing, bro?
Yes.
Like, this is wild. I mean, okay, but now to debunk the story, there is a massive amount of illegal mining happening in southern part of Colombia and the Peruvian forest. Now, if you guys don't know, this is what I want to tell in the beginning of the story. 60% of the Colombian and Peruvian forests are still unexplored and untapped for their resources. So to this day, due to the local cannibalistic headhunting tribes, because there's tribes that fucking, they'll kill you if you cross borders, and then rebel forces, and allegedly the rebel forces also support illegal gold miners. Now check this out.
Well, if they get
this
paid.
Area, well, they do. This area of Peru has tons of gold pockets, untapped oil, and it is said also that the villagers have fought against these trespassers for the past 25 years. So what makes you think these people are not flying drones out here trying to fucking make the people get scared? You know what I'm saying? The only thing that really, like spook them out of the area. Now, the problem is this. The girl that got kidnapped and the dead man. This is the wild part. Yeah. So
whoa. It's not out of human nature. Let's use the cartels, for example, to do something really gruesome.
Okay.
You get me? I mean, it's not out of the realm, because cartels do it all the time. You get me?
You fucking monster, yeah.
Decapitating people, fucking busting them wide open.
That's fucking disgusting.
I seen a guy where they literally pulled up, put the AK right to his face, and his fucking head just split open. You get me? It looked something. It didn't look like a little hole. You get me? Went through, like as you see in the movies, fucking hole goes in and comes out.
Word.
Literally, blown wide open. You get me? So
I seen one dude. I seen that one that had like some fucking gangster tattoos. I don't want to mention the gang name on his chest, and he was doing business for the cartel members. So they put him down on the floor. They put the boot, like a boot, on his head, and then some fucking other dude is like, "Who do you work for?" And he's saying the gang name. And they have him on the floor tied, his hands in the back, and his feet are tied. And then with the fucking sharp ass knife, that didn't even look sharp. It looked dull, bro. They start cutting the skin of his chest off, like peeling it off his chest like this, dog. And they're slicing his chest open, and then they start slicing his stomach open like that, like they're peeling from the neck down, peeling them backwards. And you could see his muscles from his bones. And you could see his stomach, his intestines coming out. Like it is. And he was like, he's like screaming. And then as they're cutting him open, he's like, "Madrecita, perdóname." Like he's saying, "Mom, forgive me, Mom." And he's like shaking, dude. It's so fucking gruesome. Like it was disgusting. So I seen this done before. I know you're talking about.
So
the cartels can't do this.
Well, that's exactly it. We are our worst animals. We really are. You get me? I mean, we're the worst boogeyman out there, to be honest.
Word.
I mean, you get somebody hopped off enough on drugs, and they'll do it. You get me? They definitely will. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no facts behind any of this. There is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Most definitely, there is a lot of people just being involved in all this. But it's just, at what point do you actually distinguish and be like, are they telling the truth? Or is this just something else to cover for it? You get me?
Yeah.
How many people? How many shit? What's that one movie where they had people so scared that they had them secluded, so they invented a monster, and the monster would take them away at night. That's why they always wanted them home. What's the name of that movie?
Cucuy. You're talking about fuck. I forgot the name of it.
No. It's like an encamped house, and they're not allowed to go outside because the monster with red will come out during certain times. They have to give away certain offerings and everything. So I mean,
no, remember. What is? It sounds like a decent movie. Shit.
it's an occultic movie. I just forgot the fucking name of it. We'll remember it. I swear we'll remember it, people. But I mean, so it's all about perspective, to say the very least.
Yeah, talk about perspective, Tank. There's this fucking wild story that you sent me that blew my fucking face out of the water.
Which one?
The one that's like, I guess there is a U-boat that went missing and was teleported in the heart of the jungle of the Mexican jungle. It wasn't teleported.
Whoa. It's not necessarily teleported. We dove into that.
It's on top of the fucking canopy. No, it's on the canopy of the forest.
Yeah, it's on a canopy of the forest. So this was actually brought up through the Joe Rogan podcast, where they had actually brought it up. We'll put the video out in a trailer or something. We'll see. We'll see how we get it out to you guys. But basically, they found this German U-boat from World War II, and it's just like suspended in the middle of the air in the jungle on top of the canopy, and everybody was like stuck per se in time. The crew was stuck. It was immobilized. They were moving. So imagine you driving your car, just that regular pose, and then you staying like that, you dying like that. That's exactly what.
That's the most. The most mind-boggling details. That's fucking weird, because even at the event that this did happen, it was, I want to say, teleported into this area. It was like it broke into a different space or timeline. Like, it was every single crew member was still at their post in skeletal form. And I'm talking about frozen in time, just like the Philadelphia Project. I don't even remember the Philadelphia Project. What happened was they were trying to teleport a fucking boat to Manhattan Beach, to Manhattan, the Manhattan port. And what happened was that the soldiers on the boat, when they transported the entire fucking boat to New York, the guys were melded onto the fucking walls, the floor, the
deck. They were just stuck on.
They were like infused to the wall. Like, this is fucking weird shit. So that makes me believe that there was some type of other shit. And you know, who could remember? Who could forget Operation Paperclip? You know, this connects every single basic conspiracy theory. The United States expunged all these scientists from the fucking Nazi regime.
So not only that, we all knew that Adolf Hitler, Germany at that time, was just fucking coming out with this crazy technology that was working. For example, modern rockets are based on their designs. They really were. They had the most basic modern rocket to it. Yes, most definitely. They were. There's numerous accounts of them talking to quote unquote aliens out in Antarctica. There's paperwork found on theories that people can't even comprehend right now, but they're definitely out there, of how to make levitation, teleportation, all of these agents.
Gravity suspended fucking machines, lost technology, names of scientists, black projects, and even the names of the villages that expunged the Nazi refugees in Argentina. I'm talking about full villages that spoke only German language, and still to this day, there's descendants of German fucking folks there. Fucking weird.
There's been some of the greatest, and I mean finds from German war down in Argentina, because that's how many of them fled. So do you think it's out of the realm of possibility that that's what they were shooting to teleport the boat?
Ouch. That's a good theory. Hey. Or, I mean, I was going more.
Or maybe off the coast. I don't know.
I was thinking more of the ranks of, like, they were trying out the fucking the transportation system, if it does exist, right? And they fucked up and they landed in Mexico. But you never know this. You don't know what the fuck happened. But I mean, it's fucking trippy, dog.
So the thing about it is that there's a lot of places around Europe that actually won't do extradition for their crimes, but they picked Argentina for a reason. They had to. You get me?
And
something has to be special about it.
They were rerouted by the Vatican because remember at that time the Vatican was on a neutral stance because of all the gold they had. They didn't want to get fucking. After Italy fell, and you had the Romans in Italy, the Vatican is in Rome. You know what I'm saying? Like, Italy was part of the Axis powers, so you fucking remember that. So,
exactly.
What a story to find that out, because then we also find out that there's a huge fucking python that you also brought in, a huge fucking python that's like it's founded where exactly, dog? Because I didn't do my research on this one.
Okay. So this one's found actually in the Congo of South America.
Congo? I thought the Congo was in Africa.
No, well, Congo is Africa, but what I'm trying to get you to understand,
like the deep forest.
Hold up, give me a second. Okay.
Yeah, pull it up.
So we're talking about the deep forest. I won't say Congo. You're right. I won't say Congo because Congo does pertain to Africa, but the deep forest out in South America. So they found this entire, basically metallic structure below ground. And this one's actually brought to us as well.
Oh, this is in Colombia. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember this.
A deep metal structure just found right like below. Yes, almost type of bunker. I want to see it's more like an underground building, to be honest. Realistically,
like Jurassic Park holding cell type of shit for like huge animals. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So exactly. So and the guy goes down there. This footage and everything of it, where this guy's like going down there. He's showing everything around, and he happened to stumble basically to an original Titanoboa. If you guys don't know what a Titanoboa is, it's basically the predecessor to what we call an anaconda or a python now. Okay. It was this giant 60+ feet snake.
Holy
and
fuck.
So before anything else, before we start diving into that, there's another story coming straight from over there, from South America as well, where this highly regarded general was actually flying in a helicopter, and they spot something big moving through the fucking trees. This is
all you see is trees moving like this.
Yes,
like a fucking dinosaur.
So they come and turn around, and they all have the same story, same alibi, same everything, where this giant snake rises and almost hits them. So we have to be talking about something, because for the most part they don't fly. They don't fly relatively low. I'm talking minimum maybe 100 feet is the lowest they probably go. You get me? That somebody's flying them.
They awesome. That is a tall fucking snake, dog.
So if this is in the 70s. Okay. Yeah. So the snake that they found, allegedly, obviously people do tend to exaggerate sometimes. Oh, that's a big snake. For example, you have a lot of people that'll say it's a 10-foot snake and it might be a little fucking something small, but because fear takes over. But there is a lot of people claiming that there is that giant snake still out there, referencing the Titanoboa. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. A average person, a 5'10", 5'11" person, looks minute compared to it. So I know we've all said that some of the biggest things that we were saying, for example, Megalodon is supposedly one of the biggest things, basically the size of a bus. You know what I mean? We're talking 80+ feet. That's almost 2 buses put together of nothing but flesh.
That is
muscle.
Immense. Pure muscle, because that's all they are. That's fucking pure. They have to slither their asses on the floor. And you know what, Big Tank? Yeah.
No. So all I'm gonna get to is there is a lot of parts in South America, in Africa, and throughout the world that haven't been explored. So you have to remember, environment accounts for everything. Especially for reptiles. You mess with their environment, they can explode or go real small. So I'll give you a good example. A dog, if you feed it well, it will grow, it will be strong. But if you don't, they're weak and fragile. Same thing, especially for something that needs sun. Imagine a snake. If you see snakes in the morning, they're not active at all. They're still cold. It takes a while for them to warm up and then to stay active all throughout. So imagine being in a dense, watery place with food and no predators.
And it's mating season. Big Daddy.
That anaconda movies is wild too, big dog. I'm not saying
I'll show you this anaconda. I'll show you my anaconda.
Fucking garden snake. This who's coming out with a little garden snake. Cálmate.
Look. Talking about the waters and the fucking crazy ass animals around the world, I need to bring in this story because this story blew my fucking mind. This is gonna be the closing chapter of this fucking episode. Zombie trouts in the Montana region, in the Montana River system. And remember, I have to put this into context for you guys. The biggest fishing region in the entire world is in Montana. The biggest fishing regions is in Montana. Now, Google that shit. There is zombie trout in the river system. Now, the fucking population of the trout is always really important because these are the biggest trouts found in the fucking world. We fish these trouts and then we feed many, many, many people. The trouts that are being found are now being found with fungus on them. And they're also eating the other trout, which means the fucking infected trout are eating the other fucking live wild trouts. For the trouts that survive getting bitten by these trouts, they grow the fungus on themselves. This is a full-on zombie apocalypse in the fucking river of Montana, dog. This is crazy. Ooh, fucking A. What you got?
When you see them, actually go Google that shit and you see it, it looks like black holes just starting to appear out of it. You get me? It looks real to the side of it. It looks a little even weird. It looks a little just out of this world, to be honest.
Word.
But once you start seeing it and you start analyzing it, it's like, what the fuck is happening? So they're acting really erratic. So, but one thing I also want to bring up is that it's not the first zombie species that we've actually seen. Zombie deer have also been seen, not only in Montana. This mostly in Ohio when we brought up the whole zombie story. So when they're like have their heads all messed up, but they're still walking, they're basically dead, brain dead, but they're still moving. So at this point, what the fuck is happening, big dog? So you could only imagine somebody stupid enough, because we do have the people that will be like, oh, just cut it out. You get me?
Yeah.
Just cut that part off. You'll be fine. You get me? I mean, butchers, there's literal accounts of butchers when they catch a cow, a pig, they see cancer in it, and all they do is slice it out. You get me? And that's something that's quote unquote approved. Okay?
Wow.
So imagine something that's not being regulated right now.
That's insane, dog. And you know, it's funny that you said this regulation shit, because in the beginning of the episode, I mentioned something about zombie legalities to be protected by zombie legalities. I'm gonna bring in something that's gonna blow your fucking mind. The Amazon, not the Amazon forest, but Amazon, the fucking place where you purchase all your shit at, has a policy update in one of their fucking programs called Lumberyard. Now, check this out. I'm gonna give you a brief little history on it. Amazon Lumberyard is not only a cross-platform 3D and game creator engine, but it could also be used for other applications such as life-critical and safety-critical systems, whatever that means. In their policy and agreement clause, they stated that the application cannot be used or could only be used to save or create solutions in case of a zombie apocalypse. Remember, this legal advice and for legal protection for Amazon. I mean, who is gonna fucking sue you after being a fucking zombie? Now, for the people that do not believe me, this is fucking public knowledge. You could hashtag look it up, GTS that shit, Google that shit. Clause 42.10, it's a AWS, Amazon Service State System, and this is what it says, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Acceptable use in safety critical systems. Use your lumberyard materials must comply with AWS acceptable use policy. The lumberyard materials are not intended for use with life critical or safety critical systems, such as the use of operation and medical equipment, automated transportation systems, autonomous vehicles, aircraft or air traffic control, nuclear facilities, manned aircraft, or military use in connection with the live combat. However, this is weird right here. This restriction will not apply in the event of occurrence certified by the United States Center of Disease Control or successor body of a widespread viral infection transmitted via bites or contact with bodily fluids that causes human corpse to reanimate and seek to consume living human flesh, blood, brain, or nerve tissue, and is likely to result in the fall of an organized civilization. Can you fucking put that into context anymore? This is absolute fucking crazy.
Insanity. Okay, my question about all this is, why does it feel it's being like this, especially as we're getting closer to October spooky season?
Look, dog, you could say this. A lot of people say we're speculating. I was watching videos and I was doing research on this. It seems like they did it as a funny joke. There's nothing funny jokish about this after the fucking CDC also put out a zombie apocalypse thing. And we all know about Con Plan 8888. We've covered it on Exodus 1 and on Exodus 2, our zombie apocalypse episodes, where we educated you guys on how the military is getting ready, already has a contingency plan in case of a zombie apocalypse. I mean, this is not funny anymore. Like, this is, I take this very, very, very fucking serious at this point. And now you got zombie fucking trout. And then you have the hamburger day. Today's hamburger day. 50-cent burgers from McDonald's and Wendy's.
It was since yesterday.
Okay.
It started since yesterday. You're having that whole E. coli callback. That's up to like, I think officially it's like 56,000 pounds. But there's one of the, how do you call it, what's the name of it? There's one suggesting that's north of 80,000 pounds of meat. You get me? 80,000 pounds of meat, big dog. That's nothing light. That's nothing light at all.
That's a lot of meat.
Hey, that's a lot of meat. Hey. So,
yeah, that's a lot.
You have Wendy's doing it 1 cent or 50 cents, whatever it is. It's not. You can't just go there either. So it's not literally just for everybody. You have most of these you have to redeem through an app, and it's only valid one time.
Data
or
mining.
A select offer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is something you do have to give away your info through all the privacy and everything. So at the end of the day, I do not necessarily think that it's a lot of heavy coincidences.
There's no such thing as coincidences. Like Yoda said that shit. No fucking. There's only consequences.
Hey, Yoda's not real, fool. Yoda's not real. Let's start.
Yoda's real as fuck, dog.
And that's where we know we lose you, right?
Who could we forget that a lot of sitcoms and a lot of movie disasters, including The Simpsons, have predicted the end of the world on 9/23. Fucking September 23rd.
The Mayans predicted 2012, right? So
third time's a charm, baby girl.
Y2K was also, a prediction.
You know what? You're right. You're right. It's 9/23 every single fucking year, right? So why all of a sudden 2023? Like, why? What is that? Why on 2023?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
So we are at the Aquarius era. You get me? We do have a lot of stuff moving
Revelation.
In now.
Yeah.
But yet again, everything is new, but everything has always been new. You get me?
Yeah.
Since they introduced, I'll give you the most basic example. Since we introduced a horse to a car, I'm pretty sure you must have had people saying, that's devil technology. You get me?
The Mustang? Is he talking about the Mustang? The horse?
No. The horse, our horse was the regular transportation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
And then they moved into a car. I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of skeptics about it. I'm never gonna get on that.
The way we feel today about EV is the way they felt about gas-powered fucking motor vehicles back then when Ford came out with the first engine. So
exactly. There's always gonna be new times. You get me? There's always gonna be something challenging the old ways. You get me? It's just whether you choose to roll with it or not. But everything's coming.
Facts on facts by Big Tank and Trebles on Paranoid Radio Podcast. Only on Paranoid Radio Podcast, you'll be able to find huge amounts of information to educate yourself and challenge your reality one episode at a time. Big Tank, let them know where Los Cuñados Bullies can be found.
You guys know, catch me at Los Cuñados Bullies. It's Los_Cuñados_Bullies at Instagram. Right. Check us out. I got 2 puppies left. Tap in. Beautiful
Tap
dogs.
in. They are fucking popping up their collars because they're pimp as fuck. Make sure you check us out on Paranoid Radio and check them out. Los_Cuñados_Bullies on Instagram and check us out on Paranoid Radio. Drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts that allows other people to enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it. Big Tank, thank you so much for being here, dog.
Till the next time.
Paranoid Radio.